find it hard, but I also find it essential, right? So I talked about before about like if you're in it, you're in it 150%, right? Whether it's skateboarding or basketball, I talked about before, or it's graph. This is your thing, you know. Like if I've just shown you a piece of paper from 1991 that I've held on to, right? Then this means something to me. If you have a passion for something, you've got to try to find time. And I know that some people's lives are more hectic than others, but if you do this thing regularly, it gives you the release from all the other busyness that's in your life. And graph's like that for me. But when you go to the city, that's where you see the real stuff. So, and those people for me were so far removed. You know, they were like these heroes of the graph game that I thought were, you know, 10 or 15 years older than I was. And they weren't really, as I find out later on, but they weren't. But to me, I looked up to them, that they were adults and they were experts in the game. Yeah. And I was just a kid trying to learn. And so I thought, I'm not going to meet these guys, or I'm never going to do that. Like, I've got to figure this out for myself. We've got more in common than we have apart, you know? Yes. So, you know, some dude comes and visits and you realise he's just like, he's been through the same story that you've just told. You know, he was coming up as a toy and he met someone who helped him out, and, you know, he wants to help someone out back. You know, it's all that, like I said, each one teach one. It's, if I can help you get over while you're on your little holiday, then, you know, that's what I would expect if I came to Sydney, that you take me out for a trackside or etc. You know, like whatever. So, yeah, man, it's nice. You know, when you see that, you realise it's bigger than all of us.
Yeah, you got beers, mate, or what?
Yeah, mate. I got a 6-pack sitting here, nice and close.
Oh, you're on the goats.
That's it.
Legend.
They come on the track sides because you can't take glass. I'm partial to a Corona when I'm relaxing, but you can't carry them around in your bag.
Bit of a fucking lime in there, you know, if you're at home.
Now you're talking.
All right, let me just get my concentration pouch in. There we go. Zinned up. All right, I think we're pretty sweet, man. Are you?
Is that just nicotine, or that's even better?
Yes, it is, mate. It fucking brings me back to life, especially on a Friday after I've had a couple of beers after work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100.
I'm fucking wetter than a spastic's chin at the moment, but that's good.
True that.
All right. Oh, I just cracked my beer.
You cracked it. That's part of
the first already, man. Apologies.
Right.
I usually start the pod with a bit of a crack of the tin.
But it's been cracked. What if I start mine and we just start?
Actually, yeah, you do the crack of the tin. Go.
Now? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, yes.
We're in.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Boom. Oh, I better sip that. Oh.
There we go.
Mate.
There we go.
How good
TGIF, mate. TGIF.
I don't usually do Friday nights, but I did one just for you, mate. So
thank you, buddy. Friday the 13th, mate.
Oh, it fucking is too. Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
I didn't even think of that. Valentine's Day tomorrow, mate.
Now I know why you got me on.
Yes. Yeah, nice. Thanks, mate. Let me just rattle off a couple of things first.
Sure.
Shout outs to MTN Colours Australia. I mean, I mentioned it before. Yes. Oh, and a shirt. Thank you very much, sir, for bringing that on the podcast. It's probably one of your prized possession shirts. No
Any
doubt.
Friend of yours, mate. It's a friend of mine.
Mikasa Sukasa. Yeah, thanks to those guys for jumping on the podcast. Really means a lot to me. So today you will be getting a 6-pack of paint sent to your place. So thanks to them.
Yep.
Also, thanks to BYP Backyard Prints, absolute legends for one of the first sponsors of the show. So thank you very much. Yeah, let's get into it, man. So today we have Mr. Keys One. Can you what cruise are you in, man? Just shout out your cruise. I've been a bit busy. I haven't been able to suss you out on Instagram yet.
TBM. since
Keep
the
going.
beginning of time. Me and a couple of schoolmates.
Yep.
That one's a 30-year crew now.
Oof.
Yeah. It gives away a bit of age.
Fuck.
NRC, even better.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a early Sydney crew. That one started in '85, even
Oh,
before I
shit.
started riding.
Yep.
That one's done 40 years.
Wow.
And shout outs to the US boys as well,
Mm.
getting me on. So
Yep.
they're good people too, man. They're
Oh, mate.
good mates.
Yeah,
Shout
definitely.
outs to all.
Yeah, fucking cheers to them, man. Fuck.
Mhm.
All right. I mean,
Thanks for having me on, mate.
yeah, no worries, man. It's been a long time in the making, I reckon. I mean, we seen each other at the pub a few weeks ago or whatever, and I was like, mate, you need to fucking jump on. I've seen all your track
True
sides,
that, mate.
man.
Long time listener.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, nice, man. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
true.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Yeah, you came into my vision probably around. I didn't. To be honest, I didn't know too much of your stuff when I started writing and stuff, like 20 something years ago or whatever. But as soon as Instagram comes in, man, you just see, like, you just learn way more stuff about everyone in the scene. And yeah,
Yeah.
you came into my view probably around COVID, I reckon. I probably hit you up to come to the march, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I started noticing you've done a lot of fucking tracksides and shit, man. So props to you.
Yeah.
I know,
Cheers, man.
like, getting older and stuff, it gets a bit harder to get out, and especially if you've got kids and stuff. So props to you for doing that, man. But
Yeah.
we might just hold off on the graph stuff at the moment and just jump straight
Sure.
into a little baby Keys one. Not baby Keys one, but where'd you grow up and how'd you come about, man?
Little Keys one. Born
Yeah.
in Bankstown Hospital.
Oof.
Grew up in that area. Canterbury Bulldogs supporter. Didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
choice.
Yeah.
No. Bankstown. Born in Bankstown. Spent a couple of years in the Panania area with grandparents, and then moved out to Macquarie Fields, 2564. So out that way, and that's where I grew up. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Macquarie
Yeah.
Fields, man. They copped a bit of hate. There was a bit of shit in the news. I think there was
Oh,
like a bit
mate.
of firebbombing and shit back in, like, I think
Mate,
it was probably.
Macquarie Fields riots, mate. Don't
Oh,
forget.
that's it.
Don't forget, mate.
You
They
were,
got put on the map, mate. Macquarie Fields.
yeah, I'd never actually heard of Macquarie Fields in my life until until that happened, man. So,
Yeah.
that was a bit after you were born. So
Yeah, it's true that.
let's just stick to let's stick to how was the area before that time?
It's
Like when you were a
a
young fella.
it's a rough area, like a lot of those areas are. And it's good character building. I always say,
Mm.
it's you learn to read your surroundings very well.
Mm.
You learn
The
to
polite way of putting it.
keep an eye
Yeah.
on your back. You get, oh look, man, it's a great way of getting upbringing, because it gives you some skills that other people don't have who grow up in areas that are a little bit nicer, and they just don't have those kind of skills. I've done a lot of traveling around the world, and my early childhood years and where I grew up and the way I grew up gave me a lot of skills when I'm overseas to read situations and keep myself safe, or keep my mates safe, or keep my family safe. Just because you get a vibe, you just get a reading, your little spidey senses go off,
Yeah.
and if you're in a safe place or you're in a not so safe place, and that's a skill. It's an underrated skill, I think.
100%.
So yeah, I don't look back on those days badly. I think they prepared me for life really well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I traveled when I was like 15 on my own to Thailand and stuff,
Yep.
and it's definitely a fucking eye opener going to another country, but you do need to have your wits about you just in case, you know what I mean? So that's a great point to have.
True, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So I learned that early on, because it wasn't an easy place to grow up. It had its struggles.
Mm.
So you learn to navigate that, as a kid. Keep your eye on your property, keep your eye on your possessions, and keep away from certain people. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, keep an eye on your shoes, mate.
Oh, all those things, mate. Like, I try to explain to kids now. If someone comes and stands next to you and looks down at your shoes and looks down at their shoes, they're sizing you up. Like, we live in a we live in a society now where I don't think those things happen too often.
Yeah.
But they certainly did in Sydney back then.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So how was your like kind of schooling years? Were you, were you a good kid or what?
Yeah, I was an okay kid, but I was always on the fringes of everything else that was going around me. You know,
Mm.
credit to my parents for trying to remove me from some of those things. So I dabbled in a bit of everything. And when it was going really downhill, they made some changes in my life that changed my kind of life pathways, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
I went to a local school where things weren't going too crash hot, and I was hanging out with the wrong people and doing the wrong things. And then they made some sacrifices to get me away from those influences and put me on a better path. So, and then I've been able to live the life that I have now because of those choices at the time. You know, and you get down on your parents about it. You say, you know, like you're ruining my life. You're taking me away from some of my mates that I grew up with, and you're doing all that. You know, you get real raw on your parents.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. Yeah, that's right. You only think about you, but they think about big picture. You know, and credit to them, they put me on a bit of a better path. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it was better. And I still got mates from those days, and I know where they've ended up. You know, and things like that. So they definitely made some sacrifices to make sure that I didn't end up there too. So it's good.
Yeah, there's definitely a common theme with. I bring it up a few times, even with sport and stuff. Yeah, it's mainly the parents kind of thing, man. If you're in a single parent situation, the father's not there. I don't know what the percentage is, man, but if the father's not there, it's a pretty high percentage that your kid's going to go into crime. You know what I mean? So it's good if you can have the actual solid family unit. I mean, not everyone's fortunate enough to have that, but it sounds like you have, man.
Absolutely.
So that's you've been blessed with that. So that's
absolutely.
really nice. Eh? Yeah.
You don't, when you live it, you don't appreciate it until later on you grow up or you start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
And then you realize, you know, the influence that your parents have on you. So
yeah,
I know as teenagers, you get down, you know, on your parents and you don't want to listen to what they've got to say. But big picture, later on down in life, when you grow up yourself, you kind of realize the things that they make or the sacrifices that they made for you. So
yeah. And I only came to realize that when I turned like 30. I was like, fuck.
Or you go and have kids of your own, you know, and you go like, these choices that I'm making now, my parents made for me and didn't realize how big or tough they were. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. That's very important. All right. So did you go through to year 12 or did you get out of year 10 or what was your situation?
No, I went through to year 12.
Yeah.
And then on to university actually. So,
oh, wow. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so when you're like say around like year 10, year 10, that's kind of where it's kind of like a test on a teenager, especially for a boy. I mean, it's that's when the parties and stuff start to happen, and then you know you go into the sporting side of things, and then you either choose to excel in your sport and concentrate on that, or you get kind of a bit tempted into other things on the side as well.
Start to muck about.
What was your sporting thing like? What sports did you play?
Well, welcome to Australia's most popular skateboarding podcast. Just like everyone else you've had on, I started as a skater.
I know this.
But you know, as it was in those 80s, BMX and skateboarders came to Australia, you know, and we just wanted to be like everything that happened in America. But yeah, skating's been with me. I still skate now. So skateboarding was my pastime, and that gave me the freedom to get around the place and travel, you know, and see other things.
Yep.
And in terms of sport, I had a little bit of try of everything, but basketball was my sport.
True.
Played to a pretty competitive level. Yeah, took that on all the way up to youth league. If people play, they probably know where that is. So you're only a couple stages down, but I love it. Just passionate about it. And that was like anything that I got into, graph included. But if you're in it, you're in it 100%. You know, so you want to try to be the best. You want to try and win every game. You want to try and land every trick. You want to try and do all those things. So when you find your passion and something that you really love, you go all in. You know, so. I was like that about basketball for a very long time, and skating, you know, still. enjoy it.
Yeah, that's a good it's a good balance to have like a team sport kind of thing, and then just have the skating on the side as like an individual thing. You get to go out and by yourself, and then also meet up with mates and stuff. I don't think you
Yeah,
had skate parks back then, did you?
yeah. You still have a crew, like you know. No, no, no. It was find your own, build your own. Like anything in those days, try and make something out of nothing. So
Yeah,
building sites for bricks and pieces of wood and all those types of things.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
spoilt now. We've got a lot
Oh,
of good skate parks in Sydney, but we're
oh,
spoilt now.
yeah, that's hectic, man. It's yes, it feels like there's a skate park opening up on every fucking corner. You must be fucking like, where was this
Yeah.
shit when I was younger?
Oh, 100%. That's I just look around, like it's nuts. It's so good. They're spoilt now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's mad. I still get to enjoy it, but not like I possibly could back then.
Not as
I'm lucky.
nimble,
I'm
would you
lucky just to
say?
be there and be upright. Yeah, just to be upright's a good thing these days.
Yeah, true that, true that.
Hmm.
All right, well, so you took the basketball to the next level into is that like kind of like a rep kind of side thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Um,
Played reps, which again gave me a bit of traveling around the place and stuff, which was fun.
yeah, yeah,
Up to Blue Mountains, down to Canberra, up to Newey and all that. So it's good.
yeah, nice, nice. And so what stopped you from continuing that journey on?
You get your ego. No, you get to a point where you realise you're not tall enough, or you're not fast enough, or you're not, yeah. So I
Yeah,
still continued to play after that. I didn't just go cold turkey. Like I just stopped playing at that competitive level. So then it just became social, and still played that, for a very long time.
took a
Um,
kind of a
yeah, you
side.
get to a point. Yeah, it just became a hobby, not a
Yeah,
not didn't have the drive for it to keep pushing. You get to a point where you realise that's as far as you can go.
yeah, yeah.
Anyone who plays sport probably realises that. Yeah,
Of course, of course. If you're not going to be
yeah,
all in and fucking gun ho at it, there's no point even trying because there's a lot of people out there that will
yeah,
fucking do that. So if you're not ready for it, don't do
yeah.
it.
That's competition for you. Do you know what I mean? Like that is competition for you too.
Mm.
And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself and go, "That's it. I've gone as far as I can go." So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
yeah.
so take me into the skateboarding and stuff, man. How far did you go with that? And did you meet some characters at wherever you were meeting up with to go skateboarding and that, or?
Yeah. So just had a crew, same thing. More, bigger crew at school that was skating than were doing graffiti. So I
Mm.
always had mates, and like I said, gave me the freedom and the reason to kind of travel around Sydney, having a look at things. So like, um, some people said before, it kind of takes you to places of Sydney that you haven't been before, searching out a skate spot, but then you find a whole handful of mad graffiti and stuff too. Like the idea of having the freedom of leaving your little neighbourhood and going out into bigger Sydney and getting on that train network, that kind of shows you everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
start seeing track sides, and if you're lucky, you see a couple of panels, and you get into a train full of insides, and you're like, mate, this is it.
Oh. Seeing the insides and the track sides for the first time. Oh, I mean, you probably like, a lot of people's graph stories start with like they've seen it all the time, and then all of a sudden one day it just goes bang, and it just clicks, and you're like, I want to do that. Is that kind of a similar thing with you as well? Like you've seen it before, but you
Yeah,
didn't really take notice of it heaps.
it would all. Yeah, you'd see some random things and didn't quite understand them. If like I had family in kind of Marrickville, Earlwood area that would go and visit on the weekends, cousins, etc. And that area as a kid was probably all city, to be honest, I should say,
Mm.
was just written all over it. This tag: "Cops killed Sarkos,"
Oh,
which was
what?
this young Greek kid that
Oh,
got
okay.
killed by police. And I've
Ah.
researched I've researched it since, but it was every corner shop, every corner intersection. It was like on track sides, it was on buildings, it was on roadway, like on the main roads. It was, and I just used to notice it every.
Yeah, so you saw that, and then so
Yeah,
you must.
so that was
Yeah.
everywhere, and I didn't really understand how that could be everywhere. And it made me curious though. Like I thought, oh, is this one person? Is this a gang of people? Well, not a gang of people. Is this a group of people? Like, is this a movement, or is this just one person who's upset because it was their brother or cousin or something? Like
Mm.
whatever. So I remember seeing that around, and then I was fortunate enough to start catching the train into the city with grandparents and things. So this is probably little Keezy's probably about 10 years old by now. And
Wow. What year are we talking here?
um, but this is about 85, 86.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm starting to be like, whenever I went to the city, go to the museum with your grandparents or something like that on the holidays,
Yeah.
I'm starting to see track sides and things, and I'm
Wow.
loving it. You know, like I was always into art as a kid, and so I'm seeing colors and I'm seeing all this stuff,
Yeah.
and then this is also when the worldwide wave of hip hop started to hit Australia. Do you know what I mean? So then it started to make sense because I started to see, you know, breakdance movies and, you know, Beat Street, Wild Style, all of those type of stuff. So then I could understand what it was that I was actually looking at, you know, and realize it was graffiti and it was part of that hip hop culture.
Yeah,
Um,
wow. Can you remember any of the tags and pieces that you saw back then
yeah,
that
like
can ring a bell?
yeah, for sure. Like anything through that Sydenham area, the valley, you know, like, you know, everybody pieces, but that was like full of stuff by, you know, Ricky Seven, and
Ah,
you know, all those kind of dudes, and
RCF.
RCF, yeah, that's right. PIC, all of that type of stuff, and it still didn't click with me, the culture of it. I didn't understand it. Like, I wasn't a writer, but I'm seeing these things and think, man, there's cartoon characters and there's, you know, just these burners of colors, and I just used to, you know, sit there glued to the windows, just looking, you know,
Your
as
eyes.
a, oh mate, like, yeah, and then coming home and then just trying to get a piece of paper and a pencil and starting to redraw things that I remember, you know.
Oh, okay, so
Um,
is that where your graph journey kind of took off, where you
yeah,
just started
yeah,
drawing at home?
I think so. I was probably already doing a little bit of drawing and stuff at school, and found a little bit of talent in that. And then I wanted to draw these types of things, stop drawing other stuff, and I just got obsessed with trying to draw this type of stuff. There was a mural, a legal wall at Circular Quay. It's
Mm.
been posted a few times online. Rexy, IBS, Fab4, those types of people that I found out
Oof.
about later what they were. But I just remember seeing that and walking past it on a visit to the city, and just standing next to pieces and just thinking, my God, you know, look, this is sick. So
How do they do that?
yeah, and then come home and trying to draw things in the book, you know, and realizing it was words, it wasn't pictures, it was words, and
Yeah,
trying to have a go at it, you know. So
yeah.
once things like those movies came out, they kind of gave you an insight about what a graffiti writer was and what they do and how they get it on the wall, and what, you know, like Beat Street's almost like a tutorial for hip hop. It shows graffiti writers, break dancers, MCs, you know, DJs. It shows all that stuff. If you watch that movie as a young kid, I remember taping it on a VHS tape and then watching that thing like 300, you know, times. I still know the words to that movie back to front from the, you know, and that was like a tutorial for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that gave me all the tools that I needed to try and be part of this thing. So
Yeah, wow.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that set me on my path.
So how did you have a couple of tags before you chose keys, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
come on, run
everybody
run me
does.
through a couple of these fucking toy tags, you reckon?
Oh, okay. Yeah. First tag was my initials, because
Oh wow,
they
not
ran
red
into
hot
each
at
other,
all.
which I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, not red hot at all, but I didn't put them anywhere, so I was like, hey, do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah,
this is
just in
just
your
in the
book.
book.
Yeah.
And then when I got to school, year 7, I think back, my first tag was in year 6, walking home from school, because I wasn't around
Fuck.
parents or anything like that. A little, you know, I think it might have even been chalk on a wall. But then year 7, got my hand on some texters and started tagging up desks and things like that at the school I was at, because
Mm.
everybody was running amok there. My tag there was rack, RACK, which, if you have a
Oh,
look,
classic.
if
That's
you have a
nice.
look in I've got it here, hang on.
Oh, you got show and tell.
If you
Come
have
on.
a look, not my tag, but if you have a look in Subway Art,
Yeah, yeah,
there's a dictionary in there about what all the words mean.
yeah.
And rack is one of them. It explains that that's what it is to steal your paint and your textures and everything, is to rack. And I thought, mate,
Ah,
that's the maddest word, isn't it? So that was
fuck
my
yeah.
tag for a little while, rack,
Yeah.
around 87, 88.
Wow.
And then it was everything that had a K and an E in it. I think there was core, and there was yeah, a bunch of words. Anyway, you
What
go
what
through.
what drew you to the K and the E?
I don't know. I just liked it. I'll blame Scheme. Scheme. I love
Oh,
Scheme in that book.
he's definitely my influence. Yep.
Yeah. The K and the E in that is sick. So I kept copying, that piece where he's reclining on the rail in front of his train. My God, like that's the epitome of graffiti, honestly. Like he's just sitting there in front of his panel, and it's just like the most perfect combination of colors and letters. It's just so sick. Anyway, so I probably redrew that one a bunch of times. And I was like, oh, I'm all right drawing K's and E's, and so it's also even got an S in there. But
I was gonna say, run me through why the fuck would you choose Y? Y is fucking tough.
Well,
bro.
you got to have a challenge, right? So I used, like I said, I used to write like core, or I used to write, I wrote task with an E. I know there's the task out there, okay. But I wrote that one about, like 80, 88 or 89. And all these things had a K and an S and an E, like didn't matter what word it was, but they all had these things in it. And I go, you got to have a challenge letter. You can turn it into a character if you need to avoid it, or you can turn, and Y is good. It's not bad because it can be a capital. It can wrap around underneath your piece. It can do, like whatever. So, but I was never good at it, and it's still my worst letter. Like honestly, if you look at my pieces, it's still my struggle letter.
Sorry, I was just fucking vomited.
Yeah, but that means you agree with me. But,
100%.
Yeah. But you need a challenge letter too. Like don't just go easy out. So
that's interesting. You came up with that plan, because most cunts would be like, I just want to pick the easiest letters, the ones that are easy to do. But for you to pick one that will challenge you, that's fucking
I think so.
Says a lot for you. Like you want to do something different. So
yeah, but like I said before, if you're going to go 100%, you're going to be in this for a long time. I'm going to master that Y one day, aren't I? Like,
well, I think you've done that, mate.
Still working towards it. Still working towards it.
But
that's how I got there. So letters that I was familiar with, which was good, and then a bit of a challenge with one of the letters, and then it looks all right backwards. I wrote psych for a long time backwards when I got a bit sick of it. 2007, 2000 to about 2011 or 12. I was writing it backwards for a long time.
Actually, that rings a fucking bell to me now. I said SIAC, but what did you say? Psych.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this SIAC guy?
Yeah. So I was doing that, but that was just me getting bored with the letters. So then I flipped them backwards for a little bit, as people do, and then back to keys.
Yeah. Yeah, it does get that way sometimes. You're like, oh, I just want to do something completely different. And then sometimes you change your tag.
Sometimes I admire people that just go out and write a different word every time.
Oh, man, 100%. It definitely gets your letter form better. But
look, that's how you practice, right? If you can, I always, anyone who asks me to do a sketch, I'm like, I'm happy to do it because it pushes me. You know what I mean? And then before you know it, doesn't matter what letters they throw at you, you've got your little alphabet there.
Yeah.
And I find it fun, like it's a fun challenge to try and bend someone else's letters instead of your own. Like you get into a bit of a rut sometimes doing your own ones all the time.
Yeah, and then you can also use those letters to chuck it into your kind of letters too. Like
You do a letter for somebody else. You're like, man, that R's going to look sick as a K,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, man.
Or whatever. Like, oh, there's a Z, but look at that Z. If I flip that upside down, that's an S, and that's so cool. So but you don't want to get stuck doing the same thing every day. I always say, every piece is a different piece. You know what I mean? I can't live like that where it's just a stencil and just keep going. You got to keep drawing, and you got to try and throw out something different each time.
I've tried to follow that too, man, but it gets a bit harder when you got no time to fucking do anything. So sometimes you just have to relive that fucking outline. That's me anyway. Everyone's different.
Just change the colours, mate.
Yeah,
nobody will know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you mentioned before about IBS and who was it? TDF. What kind of mentors or influences you had besides those? Did you have like a specific one person besides like Scheme, I guess?
No. Just other than looking at other people's stuff, I didn't have any mentor in person.
Okay.
And so it was about sketching, and it was about trying to find a few little spots and trying to get onto the tracks for the first time and working out how to do that. Like all those things I kind of did on my own, or with a mate that I used to paint with, that kind of thing, rather than like I didn't get dropped into a crew who just gave me all the details and took me out for missions or anything like that. You just kind of had to make your way. And I think most people did that those days anyway, because there was no internet tutorial. There wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
So you are kind of figuring out, unless you got mates or an older brother or something like that who can kind of pass things down to you. And because of where I was in Sydney, I just didn't run across other riders. So
Yeah, I think I found people that don't have someone else to lean on, or you could say schooling or whatever.
yeah,
But their style is completely different to like a lot of other stuff, which is I think that's what your style is too. So I think it's probably a good. I think it's good to do that because then you can just come up with your own shit compared to just copying, or not copying, but like you know what I mean. Like people
yeah, getting it
pass on their
handed
thing,
down to you, and then
and
that's your
yeah,
outline now. You know,
yeah. Well,
like,
that's
yeah,
kind of what happened to me. Like,
yeah,
don't tell anyone, but yeah,
yeah. Oh, look, I envy that
yeah.
tutoring. Like, I wish I had it a
It
little
does
bit. You
help,
know,
but yeah,
it would have got me a little bit further, a bit quicker. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I think it took me a long time to kind of get going. And so the pieces were coming really slow just because I didn't know how to get my hands on paint, or I didn't, didn't know
Mm,
where to paint or different things like that. So I didn't
yeah.
just get into graph and, by the end of that year, I had 10 pieces up my sleeve. It was kind of, one or two a year in between skating and doing other things that I was into, where I actually got to paint graffiti rather than just draw it in books and look at other people's graffiti. There was a exhibition. I'll talk about this first. There was an exit. My parents said to me, "Oh, there's this graffiti thing in the city, and we should go and have a look at it. You'll love it. But they saw me drawing all the time, etc. And you got to go to this thing, and
Wow.
it was at the Powerhouse Museum. People
Oh
who
yeah,
are
yeah,
old
yeah.
enough to know will know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was called Pump Up the Can. It was an exhibition with four people in Sydney, four riders in Sydney, just painting on boards. And I went along to this thing, and I got there, and I thought it was just the coolest thing ever to watch people in action. Like, I'd just never seen it, and they were kings. Do you know what I mean? So it was shout outs to
I was gonna say,
Mystery. It was Mystery, Unique, Drudgy, who did a lot of that airbrushing kind of style stuff that was around Bondi. And I think the fourth was Seams. And it was like more of an abstract thing. It wasn't like graffiti letters and stuff like
a
that.
good mix.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit of like graph writers, and then some character stuff, and then a bit of kind of abstracty spray paint stuff. And I just never seen it in action. And the olds were pretty impressed by it too, like just seeing them go for it. And I'm sitting there watching them paint, and I thought, these guys are the coolest people on the planet. Like, honestly, like, and because I'd never met another writer. Like, the only people that I painted graffiti with was my mates in my neighborhood, who also, like me, thought that doing graffiti was cool. Yeah. We'd never actually met a proper person with a can in their hand going for it, and to watch someone else doing it instead of us trying to figure it out, it would just spun me.
That's an eye opener.
Oh, dude, it's I've still got the leaflet for it, and I've still got some photos of the day when I took them, like of people painting on the boards.
And they would have been pretty young too by that stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. They seemed older than me because they seemed more confident and more wise, and they had all the gear, and they had, like, I'm still trying to figure this out. So they were experienced, even though they were only, a few years older than me, maybe 4 or 5. So
wow.
So they were, into their late teens probably, and I was just getting into my teenage years. So that was it, mate. That after that, it was on. I was like, this is what I'm doing, and I just got to work out how. You know what I mean? Like, and it was a long time before I got to meet all of those people that were in the exhibition, and they're the nicest. They're the nicest dudes. But those dudes. They were my heroes. From then on, that was it. And we know the stuff that kind of Mystery and Unique did around on all the walls in Sydney after that. Of course, man. In that era.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had him on, so I fucking.
Absolutely. Nicest guy. Shout out to Mystery.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. I learned so much during that podcast, and that's why I was like, fuck, I need to get more people on like him, man. So it's like, yeah, man. Like, I mean, you were saying before about how like you saw this stuff and you realized, people get paint from places, and like you didn't know where to get paint from.
Yeah.
Can you take me through how you got your first kind of can and where you got it from, or
went looking, like, then you start looking wherever I get this stuff from, so it's a hardware store or it's a automotive, mechanics kind of place that has those little cans, or back in those days, and they don't have them now, but it's equivalent of IGA, but it was Franklin's.
Oh, bro, fucking Franklin's has come up so much.
Yeah, Macfields, Franklin's. They had them just sitting there, like, and it's people laugh now, but they were just sitting on a shelf,
Wow.
just in color order. And when I say color order, there was 5 colors.
Yeah.
There was chrome gold, black, red, and white, and that was it.
So yeah, I spoke to who was it? I was like, oh, is that
chisel tips? No caps. Mail cans. So pretty dodgy stuff. Probably lethal back then. But that was it. So it was, buy one, help yourself to 5. All that type of stuff, whatever you can do. And then, like I said, I got a couple of skater mates who were with me and they were into it too. So between us, we'd get 10 cans and we could go out on a mission and try and put something together. So, I think the first piece was under the bridge at Glenfield, which is on like a 45-degree angle. If you've ever caught the train between Glenfield and Macquarie Fields, you'll know the big drains.
Yeah. Okay.
And that wall's got like a 45-degree angle, but we knew that you could see it from the train. So that's got to be a good one. Like that's got to be a good spot because you're under the bridge. No one can see you when they drive past because you're under a bridge. But, the trains will see the piece when they go by, and you can get out of the way when a train's coming, et cetera, et cetera. And, still did that one in the daytime. And it was terrible, because you're kind of hanging onto a wall on a 45-degree angle and you're trying to paint as you slide down, and your mate's trying to paint underneath you, like lower on the 45-degree angle.
Fucking hell.
We're doing these stacked pieces, like this is a joke. And the kind of concrete that it's on meant that like after about 2 months or something, it had gone
faded,
all mossy and disappeared. So and just soaked into the concrete. So
so
that was the end of that. We learnt to go and find some better walls after that. But that was probably the first piece.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you only had the basic colors of like chrome, black, red, or whatever.
Yeah.
When did you discover there was another can that had colors, like proper colors? Was it Pascal's?
Yeah, Pascal's from a hardware. Ultra Color way back in the day.
Ultra Color
still sold paint. Chisel Tip Ultra Colors, if you've ever seen a can. And they had like a purple and so on. And then like everyone says, like the shoe shops and like Mr. Minute and all that type of stuff had a Tuxin and stuff like that you could get your hand on, which is awesome. And then the automotive paint. Hang on, I'll do another show and tell.
Wait, hang on. You got some paint, have you?
Yeah, anyway. So that's a touch-up can. Everyone, a couple of the people that you've had on have talked about them.
Yes.
That's a push-forward touch-up. So that is 150 mils, 150 grams. It's in grams. 150 grams. And there's a push-forward nozzle. For the youngsters out there that don't know what a push-forward is, you can see.
Oh, so
it's
that's
on
where
a 45-degree angle.
Okay. Yeah, I've never used one before.
Oh, you're not missing out. That one's still got some in it too.
True.
Yeah. So that's a relic. And so we used to outline in those. You've had a couple of people on who talked about how they did panels. My first couple of panels are outlined in one of those, and that's 150 grams. So you'd have to have 1 or 2 of those in your kit to try and outline a panel. So
that'll get you probably the outline. Then you need another one to do your 3Ds, right?
Yeah. You'd be very lucky. I mean, we remember why. Remember how small panels were back then.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why it's called a panel, because it fit on the panel underneath the windows from the end of the train to the doors.
Yeah.
There's your panel, right? So that's it. And if you think about that, that's about 3 feet, not even 3 feet high. Yeah. And about 1.5 meters to 2 meters across, and that's not a very big piece to these days standards. And that's a panel, I
was because a lot of people have been. I've heard some other people talking about it, like, oh, why is it called a panel? I'm like, I knew why it was called a panel because I knew it meant a panel of something. But it's good for you to explain to the people that it actually means that the little spot underneath the windows. And I guess that's why people used to do small panels back in the day, because I've mentioned it before, but I just wasn't sure why people did such small panels. And then all of a sudden, boom, people are doing fucking mid to floor panels. And I guess that's probably the change in paint, where you get more in a can, you can do more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And quicker, but not only that, don't forget, Sydney trains were a rattler,
small,
which was a single decker train. which only had a small
Mm.
panel from the windows down, and what do you want to paint above that on the glass? You know what I mean? Like, so,
Yes.
you know, so it goes from the station, the platform, to the windows, and there's your panel. So, of course, people went bigger, right? Of course, people did hold cars back in those days. Like, there's some amazing pieces,
Yeah.
but you know, one of the goal is to get that running right across, and that's another new, you know, like that's like the New York thing, which is exactly where their pieces would run, window down. You
So
do
you can
door to
see
door.
it.
You do a door to door window down, or you do a whole car end to end. If it was still window down, you know,
Yes.
and then you go above. You go top to bottom, or you go top to bottom whole car. So, you know, it's all measurements.
Mate, I didn't
Who says graph doesn't teach anything, right?
Oh man, I'm still learning now. You just blew my mind just saying, because I didn't even think of the point of doing a piece so it's floating and then it comes into the station and it's above where the floor is on the platform.
Yeah,
Didn't even think of that.
Sat nicely on a rattler. I didn't do so good once we got to the ridges, because then, you know,
Yeah.
if you were between the doors, your piece disappears when it comes time to take
You got
photo.
half of it there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck. All right, there you go, people. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. What about textures, man? Did you do much inside? I mean, insides.
Yeah.
We were talking about it before, but fuck, mate, insides were one of my favorite things to see.
Yeah, you start off with textures, you know, like
Mm.
I got memories of going into the yards and tagging trains with textures and Poscas and things when I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I had a couple of mates who lived between Macquarie Fields and on the weekends in Cronulla, and I'd go and stay with them. And we'd go down to
certain
Wollaware, certain spots, and have a look around. And I remember wandering there with texters, like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
wow.
trying to tag on the outside of a train with a Posca pen. So, you know, but these are the things that you try when you don't know. But text is always good. You always get, you know, hustle. Like I said, you make something out of nothing. So whatever you can get your hands on, you know, makes up the next thing. And when you start to meet writers, that's when everyone starts to give you like the tips. First time someone told me how to make a flow pen by taking an Artline 100 and taking the cap and tossing that away and hitting it on your
bashing
hand,
it on the floor or whatever,
or on your hand until the last bit comes out, and then you bite the end of it so that stops it from going back in, and then you put your cap back on, and then you've got your flow pen, and it's about, you know, it's nice and thick. So I was like, mate, how do they come up with this stuff? You know, like, so good. And then so any marker that you get your hands on, Poscas, you know, you thought they were awesome, except they pretty much just scratch off. And then solids came in too, you know. And again, like living where I live, you had to go to the city to go and get one. Or I went back the other day, and I gave me a great memory, but in Bankstown Square, there was a shoe shop down the bottom near the food court down there, and it's this little hole in the wall shop, and it's still there now. And they used to actually sell solids, and that's where I got my first solid from.
Oh, true.
And I still remember that, traveling to Bankstown to get a solid marker and come back to Campbelltown with it, you know, thinking I was the shit. So
can you tell me? I'm pretty sure solids were made for tires, like riding on tires for glass and stuff.
Yeah, so and a lot of
is that right?
You see people ride on freights and that with them over there too. It's like an oil based crayon, you know what I mean? It's like has an industrial use originally.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah,
marks on glass, marks on steel,
marks on anything,
absolutely. But yeah, I think that was the goal of it. And then of course, graffiti writers find a way. Like, you know, I don't think any of those spray cans back in the day were designed to do graffiti. They were just designed for other applications, you know. And graffiti artists find a way to use or find what they need to get things done, you know. So textures and markers are no different to, you know, the pretty crappy spray paint that we're using back then too.
Yeah, and because those solids, you couldn't buff those cunts off. Like you could, but I don't think probably back then you could as easily as now. I don't know. No,
well, like I think, you know, everyone loved them on train seats because they weren't fabric seats. They were like upholstery, like, what do you call it? Like you know, not leather, but they were like a vinyl, vinyl. Yeah. And so they look sick on those, you know, like it's so good. And then so you get them on glass or get them on like those vinyl seats. It look mad. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, it's hard to concentrate.
That's right, mate. Look at that. Hey.
You know what? I think,
Look at that.
bro, mate, I actually, not many people know this because I didn't post anything on Instagram, but
Yeah,
I actually built a wall in the backyard of like a farm that I was living at, and
yeah.
I copied a scheme uh, panel and then did like a train coming through
Oh,
and
that's
did
sick.
like my panel and his panel next to it in the exact same
Yeah.
colors and the same
Oh,
kind of
so
style.
you schemed up
Yeah, yeah, we schemed.
on the
We
same
definitely,
mission,
yeah,
same mission.
we definitely schemed.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just look back at it now. I'm like, fuck, it was actually pretty good. I'll send it to you
You got to post it, mate. You got to post it.
if I can find it, man, I will
Yeah.
post it. But I'm not
So good.
on the Battler one, but
Yeah, no, no, no.
but yeah, sorry. Where were we?
Solids
Solids,
or
yeah.
markers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have any like any good mixes and shit? I mean, a lot of people had their own special mixes. I mean, I spoke to like News, OSF. He had probably a good mix. Dream had a mad mix too. I mean, did you have any experience with that?
No, nothing to brag about. You just go
Yeah,
into
yeah.
your dad's garage and start adding stuff together and see what happens.
Brake fluid.
So yeah, just tipping them into art lines and seeing what happened. But yeah, they maybe change a little bit of color. You think you're onto something, but
Yeah.
um, I didn't see too many of that have survived the buff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
All right. So I mean, you must have noticed when your pieces started to get a bit better. You started hanging around a bit, like a couple of people that are pretty good, I guess. How did that
yeah,
work for you? Did people notice you started getting better, then you started hanging around with people that were getting better too, and then or you
yeah.
just stuck around your same mates the whole time?
I still kind of stuck around my same mates, but we had the
Hmm.
freedom of then having a license and having a car and being able to
Oh,
travel around, right? And that like you think skateboarding's good to get you like on a train and moving around Sydney. Wait till you get a license and get a car, like
yeah.
then you can start picking your spots all over the place. You're not just painting locally, but you're painting out, like and like I said, you can go to the city, go and get magazines, and go and do all that stuff. Get videos, do all those things that kind of boost up, um, your knowledge. And then because you're branching out a little bit, even going to the city and checking out legal walls and things like that. That Newtown area had such burners back in the day.
Oh.
PCYC and all
Mm.
those kind of walls. And then you run into some people. Do you know what I mean? Like you run into people, and you start to learn a few things. How to shave down a Tuxen nozzle so that it fits on, newer cans like a Krylon or something else, and where to get paint from. You just ask people, where do you get your paint? Where do you, like that type of stuff, you start to find out. But as you branch out and start piecing in places too, you start to become a bit more noticed. So
Yeah.
I was never one for, catching a train out in the middle of the night to go and do a mission and then come back, you know what I mean? But once I had a car, we were able to kind of do that stuff, travel, come back, spread, the net becomes wider.
Yeah.
And that was good. And it was just me and a mate that I still paint with today. Shout outs to Who.
I was going to
And
say who? Shout out to him.
yeah. And we were just putting in work, like you do. Once you're obsessed by it, you start putting in work, and people start to notice, and you start to. There's no more walls left where you live. You start branching out and start, trying to take over your line, the green line, and then and then you start branching out from green line. You start putting things elsewhere too, and people start to notice. So,
Mm.
Yeah, it was mad.
How was it? How was it meeting new riders back in the day? Because I mean, it was pretty rough in my era, but I don't know about yours. I was a
Yeah,
bit
not
before my time.
a couple stories that are like shaped the way I conduct myself. But I like, like I met some riders, and you kind of same thing. How you going, man? Like what's happening? What paint are you using? Like you're trying to learn some things from these people that are like burning, and sometimes they ignore you, like you're a piece of shit. They don't want to talk to you. And I remember those people that did that to me.
Yeah.
But you're like, it's not, you're enjoying your day. I'm trying to interrupt it by asking stupid questions because I'm, still a toy. So
Still learning.
still learning. And I've learned never to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like I've always passed on advice to people and tried to mentor as many people as I can. And then you meet other people that are like just super nice, So when we're really, really getting into it and really trying to paint, we came across Mystery and Jester doing a council, one of those council trucks for Bankstown Council. And
Oh,
they used to have a heap of them that used to move around. They were sick, but they were doing it in the middle of the mall there near Bankstown Station. We just thought, dude, look at they're burning. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
like that's mystery, you know, like, you know, from, you know, back in that day when I seen him painting, you know, like blah, blah. And we went up and they were just so nice, you know. They're like, oh yeah, we've seen your stuff, you know, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but
Oh,
they
wow.
were super nice about it. And they were like, man, we've got to get this thing finished. Like, grab a can, come on, we'll show
Oh,
you, you know.
what?
And like even that first day, they taught me like how to do cutbacks and how to do like, and we're using Krylons and Beltons, and like they're really, you know,
Fuck.
and they were just so welcoming and so nice and so, you know. And I thought, man, this is what it's all about. Like hip hop is about, you know, each one should teach one.
Fuck yeah.
And they embodied that. They absolutely embodied that. And they, when I said I didn't have mentors before, they became mentors because they were at an elite level that I was nowhere near yet, and they
Definitely,
were still
yeah.
willing to spend time with me. And they were just the nicest people. We had a million laughs about all kinds of things. And they were just so easy to get along with, and they didn't act like they were the kings, even though they were, but they didn't act
Yeah.
like it. And they were super nice. And through that work, um, Mystery was able to kind of mentor me to the point where I started to run workshops for councils and mentor other kids and do all that other type of stuff. And so he kind of showed me the way to do that. And I was kind of learning from him that this is something that you can do. It doesn't have to be hidden, you know, in the dark, and it doesn't have to be like, you know, we should be putting this thing out where people start appreciating it a bit more, you know, and
Make it
we
more
should be proud
acceptable.
of it. No, but we should be proud of it too, you know, like
Mm.
we don't need to hide all the time and just surprise people by our talent. This is stuff that should be out in the world. And, you know, we live in a society now where it is, you know, but these were the people that were putting in the work back then against what society thought about it. And you know, I even saw how they interacted with members of the public who came up and did give you shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, back then people saw you with a spray paint can and wanted to come and break your arm because their fence had been tagged, etc. You know, and they were able to talk them around and say, "Well, like, look, this is like any other kind of artwork. You know, it's just I don't have a paintbrush. I've got a spray can. You know, like, what do you think? What do you think of the drawing?" And they go, "Oh, I like it. You know, this is cool. I don't like what's on my fence, but I like this." And you're like, you know, well, this is how the graph world is going to move inside the world, you know. And they kind of showed me how that happened. And you know, I think they were like, next week we're doing this thing, you guys should come, you know. And so we went, and then they were like, oh, we're launching our album in the city, you guys should come, you know. And they invited us to a jam they were doing in King's Cross, and we turned up, and then same thing, they were like, oh man, like this is Keys and who this, like they introduced us around.
Ah.
And I was like, man, this is the life that I didn't realize existed, that everyone's kind of in a big crew. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're Sydney riders, and everyone knows each other, and everyone's out partying with each other and all that type of stuff. And you know, then I want to go to the next one because I want to support the thing that they're doing, you know. And I found it, you know, this guy's bringing out a video, let's go to that because that's opening, or, you know, like whatever. And then you're really in it, you know, you're in the subculture. You're not just looking from the outside in, you're in it. You know?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that supportive back then. And I mean, yeah, fuck, when I was growing up, man, it was just every man for themselves, and just fucking everyone wanted to fucking kill each other. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that sounds
I know
beautiful.
I know
think
it
that's
went
kind
down
of,
that path, but there
I
was
think,
still good. There was still good in it too. You know what I mean? Like, everyone
yeah,
wants to talk about how gangster it was and everything else, and it was. Like, don't get me wrong, I got
yeah,
some cracker stories, but
there was still that side of it there.
there was good parts to it too, man. And some
Yeah,
people were
right.
doing it their way that did, you know. You've had people when they talk about like where Death Wish cast did their you
Yeah,
know, first film clip, and
yeah,
everybody was there to support them. You know what I mean? Like, they want to be in the video clip, but they also want to be there and bump up those people, you know. Like, they're doing good
yeah,
stuff, we want to be there for them too. So
yeah,
with that comes troubles, like it does with anything. Doesn't matter,
yeah,
skating's the
yeah,
same. But you know, we went from just doing our thing in our local neighborhood and realizing that's big, you know, there's a big picture like that. And we can, once you meet a couple of people and they're nice enough to you, but once you meet a couple of people, you kind of get amongst it. And then more often than not, I'm going to say 99% of the time, we got along with everybody, you know. So
yeah.
which is how you want it to be. Like, that's what
Of
it is.
course, man.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
what
we've got more in common
yeah,
than we have apart, you know. And people will still find a way to kind of try and tear you down about it, but it's if you really break it down and think about it, we're all each other's best mates. We just haven't met each other yet. But
that's the whole thing with I mean, in my era it was like you dress up with your polos and stripy shirts, so that other person's a rider, but then you see them and you want to staunch them, and it's like, hang on, you're supposed to show each other your jerseys so you're part of the same team, but it wasn't like that. It was more like, who are you? Or
I'm better than you are, etc.
Yeah, but it should have been more the opposite. We're trying to do something against
Yeah.
the fucking ungies and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the enemy.
It should have been more of a collective thing.
Or
but
what society thinks of us is the enemy. Do you know what I mean? Not us. Like
it just was. It just I don't know where the turn was, but it just
that
happened
happens
like
in every culture, but too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you hear about it in everything, and people
trying to one up each other, and then it turns to something else. I guess fair enough, but at the same time, it should have been a bit more. I mean, it's getting way better now. I've mentioned it before. Don't have to go over it again, but it's getting way better now, man. Like even the youngsters now, man, they all like even the older fellas. They're more. They will they will help the young fellas out now compared to before, where it was like, fuck you, I'll just roll your paint, which is a good thing. And I think you
got to, man, because it benefits you too. Do you know what I mean? Like
it benefits the scene. Yeah.
I know what it's like. I know what it's like when the culture was so underground that like you had 5 colors of paint to choose from. You know what I mean? Or you had 1 or 2, textures that you could rack somewhere. We live in a world now where the world's our oyster. Like we got everything at our fingertips now, and that's because it's become more acceptable. And why would we try and bring that down? Why do we want to go backwards? 100%. You know what I mean? You just want to go forward. So every person that you can pass on some knowledge to, and I've tried my best to do that a lot, is only going to build the culture. Yeah,
definitely. Definitely, man. I mean, can you go into any stories of back in the days of a bit of rough stories? I don't know. You meeting some people that weren't too nice to you, or vice versa, or whatever.
Everyone knows Casula Tanks.
You don't have to name names and shit. But
I won't. I won't. But I know that people used to think, Casula Tanks was a hardware store where they could get, a whole bunch of paint off different riders, and ran into many people down there who had different schemes about how they were going to do that. Yeah. And so you had to kind of hold your own. People even trying to, I've got a heap of paint in the car. If you're interested in buying it, come over and have a look in the car. And then they want to kind of staunch you and grab whatever you had on you. It's that kind of stuff. So there's, that kind of stuff happened. And then and all of these, any of these hip hop events that you went to, something would pop off, there'd always be a brawl or a fight or something between somebody. And that's.
But that's alcohol geeing everyone up. That's not. So
I'll never forget. It was on Oxford Street upstairs, and it was a launch party for maybe the Brethren, one of their albums.
Oh,
mad night! Everybody was up there. It was going off. So cool. They even had like a circle for breakdancing. Like it was real hip hop. It was so good. And then of course somebody wanders in that's not really in that scene, but they'd had heaps to drink and they were just there. You know what that guy looks like in any pub. They kind of bump into everybody, or they spill someone's drink, or they do something else. And the dude got knocked over, and someone tried to kick him, and they kicked the glass into his face.
Oh.
And I remember him getting up off the ground, and his nose was just hanging off.
Oh.
And everyone just grabbed him and took him down the stairs and took him back outside the front, because he should have never been there, and he was only bumping into people and causing shit. But I'll never forget it. You know what I mean? Like everyone just said, like, basically you shouldn't be here. And as you said, after a bit of alcohol and stuff, everyone's looking for a cheap hit. So someone got him good. You know?
This is fast. This is fast, not for you.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. And he wasn't participating, mate. He was coming in looking for trouble, and he found it. Yeah. He absolutely found it. So I'll never forget that one.
Oh, well.
You can be drunk, but you shouldn't be too drunk.
Yeah.
Keep your wits about you.
Yeah. Any other stories? Did you have any? I mean, have you done? You've done a couple of panels, right?
Yeah, I've got a few under my belt.
Yeah. Do you want to run through a couple of those stories if you can?
Good ones or bad ones?
Oh, fucking both, mate.
I got bad ones.
Let's go with the bad ones first.
Yeah, I got bad ones.
Everyone loves a bad story.
Painted at a place, and it's funny, but we were painting at a place. We turned up to paint at a place, and people were already painting, and we thought, we're not going to be, we don't want to spook them. and they leave halfway through, but we want to get our shit done too. We don't want to sit around and wait. So we ended up kind of trying to whistle and call down to them, and they weren't really interested. And then, well, they didn't notice us. And then we went down there, and you can imagine if you look to your left or your right down the lanes and you see another person, you think, oh, it's on. That's it. We've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so, but we went down there with our cans out, like kind of trying to show them, like, mate,
thinking they'd see you.
We're down here too, you know, like blah, blah. And then they were cool. They worked it out, and they're like, yeah, sweet. So we went up, kind of met everybody, people we didn't actually know, but it was all cool. And we'll like, we'll just go down a little bit more and we'll jump on you guys. And then, of course, they finished and left. But they weren't as thoughtful when they left as we were. And so they took off, you know, yahooing and high-fiving and whistling and burnout in the car and all that kind of stuff as they left, because they're happy days, mate. You know,
yeah,
like,
fucking no, fuck these cunts.
They're good, mate. They're good. So, and they're out, and we had to turn it up, you know, to 150 to try and get them done and get out of there, because they basically lit the place up. So, try and be nice to your other riders. There's some bit of advice.
So you got it done, but
everyone's got it done. Everyone's trying to get over, you know, like yeah. But we got it done.
Fuck, it must have been a bit of time for fucking 2 sections.
Yeah, well, it was kind of one session. We kind of jumped on it, and we didn't go as crazy as they did, but they bit better than us. But we were on it. We got on that train, and that was good.
Yeah, nice.
That was good. Painting another time. The boys will know because they remember this one. But people who were very protective of their spot didn't like the fact that we were there, and one person came down to try and tell us not to be there, and a few of us, I think there's 4 of us on the train, and one of them was up for it, you know. He turned around and just dropped the dude.
Oh,
and,
true.
And we're on a live track, and
Fuck.
I'm trying to finish mine. Some people didn't even bother turning around. I'm yelling out, like, you know, quit it, let's get this shit done. You know, first it was a bit of an argument, blowing the place up, and then matey dropped him, and then was on top like a bit of a what do they call it, ground and pound, you know.
And UFC shit.
Yeah, I had to break that one up and help both parties out and say, mate, you know, like,
before they get run over by a train.
Yeah, we don't want to leave somebody here. Here's me, but trying to be the voice of reason, you know, like, leave him alone, you know, let it go. I think he's learned his lesson, and we don't want shit to go worse than it already is. You know, we're already in the middle of some heavy stuff, you know, and we don't want it to get heavier than it needs to be. So I'm trying to break up fights and then get back to trying to finish my panel off.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one. That one
Yeah,
lost me a couple of minutes in that spot.
So who was it that got dropped?
No, I'll never tell you, mate. I'll never tell you.
I'm joking, mate. I'm joking.
No.
We don't do that. We don't do that
Never
here on the
do that.
Aussie Battler podcast.
No way. No, and it doesn't matter either. You know what I mean? Like, it's
all in the
heating
past
up.
anyway.
Yeah, it's in the past. You just don't want to heat things up for other people. That's all I'm trying to get to.
Young and dumb. It's fine.
Yeah. But other than that, pretty clean. Not too many chases out of stuff like that. I've had some very good chases. We'll probably get to those later. Or you want to do those ones?
No, we're right here, mate. We're right in this situation.
I'll
You brought it up.
I'll give you a good one. I was with matey that I used to paint with heaps, and the 2 of us will never forget this night. But we went out regional to paint a place, and some people will know what I'm talking about. That just has a heap of them out there, and we were given a bit of intel that tell us it was sweet. And the person had been there before, and there was no dramas. And, you know, you go and check these things out. They're awesome. They're just sitting there. And went out to go and have a look. And 10 minutes in, it's like we just got there for probably 10 minutes. And the owners came back, and it was full floodlights on the 4B right at us.
Ugh.
And there's nowhere to go. You're in the middle of nowhere. You are in the middle of nowhere. Couldn't even get back to our car. And we decided to just leg it, and with the lights on us, and just leg it and run. And and it was complete darkness. You're in nowhere. You know what it's like when you're way out the back of nowhere and it's nothing. There's no lights. It's just bush. And we're run full pelt into barbed wire fences, and putting our foot down in wombat holes, and we're just stacking it like we're bleeding everywhere. Run out of that property, cross a highway into another person's property, hiding down, and thinking, how the fuck are we going to get out of here? How are we going to get back to our car? And then before you know it, and as this is happening, we're hearing shots going off.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and they're having a crack, and I guess they're defending their property.
Oh,
and
what?
Power to them.
Gunshots?
Yeah, 100. Oh, and we just run. We didn't turn back. We just kept running. And then, we're looking back in the general vicinity of where the car is, and we're not getting anywhere near it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just no way we can get there. And they come and park right next to the vehicle. Their lights are still on. We're not returning back to the car.
Fuck.
And 10 minutes pass, and more of the mates turn up. More four-wheel drives, more spotlights, more pig hunting spottings and shit. And then they're out patrolling the whole area. We're laying down, down in the ditch, praying that they don't find us. Same thing, shotties going off, yahooing around.
I bet you found Jesus that night.
Mate. Oh, yeah. Props to Jesus. Because, he got me out of it. But, just stayed laid low. They're driving around for probably 45 minutes, trying to look back to the car. Are they going to give up when we get a chance to get back to the vehicle? No. Poppers turn up.
Fuck.
Sirens are on. Spotlights are out. They're all having a look in the property. Thank God we weren't in the property any longer, because, whole thing happened.
Oh, fuck.
And then comes the tilt tray, like a tow truck. And the car goes on the back of a tow truck. And they take the car.
Oh, no.
And we are 20, 30 Ks out of the next town.
Oh, my God.
And the search does not stop. They just keep driving around in their Forbies, taking pot shots, yahooing.
Really?
Yeah, Uis everywhere, trying to put the lights over all the properties in the area.
Well, they're just shooting into the dark as well?
Bro, yeah, just probably to scare the shit out of us. But thank God, you don't stand up in those situations.
Oh, fuck no.
Just nuts. Eventually started walking. And
did you have a compass, mate, or what?
Just started walking down the highway.
Follow the moon.
And, just walking and freezing cold and wet and bleeding, cuts and bruises to the ego too. Yeah, and that's it. The car's gone, mate. Car's gone. And it took some phone call, it didn't take long for the phone calls to start coming, saying, we've got your vehicle, and we know what you did. We got your vehicle, blah, blah. And had to retrieve the vehicle, had to have an uncomfortable conversation with people.
What were you doing there, mate?
That's it. Just having a look around and
sorry, it's private property, but whatever.
Well, this is it. This is it at the end of the day. It's trespass. So trespass.
Oh, that's all right then. So you got off then?
Had to go in. Have an interview about getting the vehicle back. And had to face the music for that one. So fun times.
Wow.
That wasn't it's funny you say like it's a chase, but it was a chase, and you don't get caught, but it catches up with you. Do you know what I mean? So
well, that's kind of
so advice for other people there, but there's some things you can't run away from. So.
Yeah, I did mean just a chase, not a life-threatening fucking. I'm going to die tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a good one, mate. Like I think.
Yes, that's a great story.
Into other people's property, mate, and that's what you're up for. So,
fuck, especially out in the bush, mate. Fucking hell, it's a wild
never
west,
again, mate. And you get your intel is that it's paradise out there, mate. You got no dramas. Come out, you'll enjoy it. You'll have a great time. Let me take you out. You guys are going to love this.
Never again.
I haven't been back. I'll tell you that. I went back to retrieve the vehicle. That was about it.
Yeah.
Haven't been back since.
You should buy the property, mate, and fucking,
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be a funny story, actually.
Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit.
Tell your kids, what happened on this property fucking 20 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, righto. So, you got any other missions that you want to talk about before we move on to something else
Um,
that you can remember? It's pretty hard.
oh look, yeah, you get good ones all the
Some of
time.
them kind of blended into each other. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you have any? Or
Another one pretty recent.
yeah.
Motorway. Um, Pretty sweet spot. Painted a couple of times. Didn't work out this particular night. Yeah, same thing. Copped it. Just a car coming past and just beeped its horn. And you think, oh yeah, maybe they saw something. Like they're flying past 110 k's. It's
Carrying in a Camry.
Yeah, keep carrying on. And then 2 cop cars in both directions coming with the sirens on, just at full pelt, and you think, fuck, it's on. If we don't move now, we're sitting ducks. So you got to have a plan, got to have an in and an out, and have an alternate, plan B out, etc. And yeah, just kind of went a different way than we came in and kept moving. You don't want to be on the street because you just sus as, like you just don't want to be around anymore because it's very easy to be picked up just by the fact that you're out there and no one else is. And so you just got to keep moving, mate. And property until you get somewhere safe. And then, yeah, it's just nuts, mate. Like,
lying down in some cunt's fucking doghouse.
Oh, dude, scratches
I've had a
all
couple
over
of
you.
those ones.
Yeah, it happened to me once. I jumped a fence and I'm sitting there.
Cubby house.
Like, God, I think I'm safe here, and then you're next to a dog kennel and you hear some growling and you think, fuck, I'm gone. Wrong fence. Jump the wrong fence.
Oh.
You don't know until you're over it, right?
Oh, man. Yeah. I had one, I don't know if I mentioned it before. Ended up getting chased and then jumped into someone's backyard and then I was hiding behind a garage and it was pitch black, no one home, and then all of a sudden the fucking whole family comes home.
Oh.
And the dad's like going, hang on, let me just get something out of the garage. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the timing is a real thing, eh?
Oh, man.
You could any other day of the week or, an hour on either side, you'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just your time, it's just your day. So
yeah, jump into the kennel, mate. Jump into the kennel.
That's it.
The real doghouse.
Absolutely.
Oh, fucking hell.
Try to keep clean after all these years.
It's
been a lot, pretty long career. You're doing pretty good considering.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had that same theory until I got done. But as you think you're invincible, and then that one time you try and do something, mate, it's like
you get into one of these, real close calls, and it's very humbling.
Yes.
You realise, and you kind of look at yourself and think, mate, I am doing the wrong thing here. Some people will get more upset about it than others, but you kind of get it too. It's like I said, when you grow up and you get your own piece of property or whatever, and someone jump your fence, you'd probably be upset too.
You're going to kill them.
Someone said, I'm all for graff, but if someone tagged my fence on my house, I'll probably get upset too. So.
Oh yes, especially if you've got family inside. Oof, mate.
They better be good. If you're going to tag my fence, you better be good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Otherwise, the graph artist becomes the buff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Funny that.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you go into like interstate or any international kind of trips at all?
Yeah, I've done some traveling. That's good, man. When I got into
just for painting or
no, I've done a lot of traveling just for holidaying,
and then a little side piece,
but always a little side piece and trying to just keep your name moving. But nice big trip in Adelaide when we kind of re-established NRC again. We did a big Anzac wall, and everybody flew into Adelaide for it from all around, and we spent 3 or 4 days, probably 3 days on the wall, and 3 or 4 days in town. Just painting and drinking and catching up with each other, and the boys in Adelaide hosted us, and it was mad, man. I've never done anything like that with a crew, where we were kind of all there for the same reasons, and we just wanted to pump out this wall. still there, I think, after all those years, but very faded. But yeah, like even Iron Lacquer were behind it, and everything. It was mad. Like, it was just that's what you dream of, those situations. And then it was like painting at night, going out on missions at night, coming back, finishing off the wall in the day, like just making the most of the time that you're there. And I've never. It's very rare that I've been around a large group of people like that are all like the same as me. Like they want it as bad as I want it, and that's when crew's really good.
How fun is that?
Yeah, mate, that's mad. Like like a one night mission or a one piece here and there is sick when you get a bunch of people on the wall. But
just before we go into that, how did that all come about? The NRC thing.
Well, it just. Seven has had that crew for a very, very long time.
Yeah. So you eventually met him to get into the crew?
Yeah, met him. Was painting a lot with Code, Poser, and they're great mates. And they just wanted to do something big and make a bit of a statement. It was around that time where people were doing big walls and big projects and stuff like that. And Ricky had the wall. And we had the passion, and we were willing to come over and get it done. And it was mad, man. Like that's a dream,
But how'd you get into the crew?
They just got me in because of how busy I was. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I was painting with Code quite a bit, Poser.
Yeah.
And they vouched for me, and Ricky gave me the call, and I was honoured, mate. Like that's to me that's. Like I said before, these were the crews that I grew up watching. Like RCF is kind of come out of NRC, and I was looking up to those kind of people back in the day. Like all that stuff in the valley was Rick's. Like that's Seven is a king, and the things that he did, not intentionally, but inspired me. So
his style, bro.
Oh mate, he can do everything too. So
yeah, man.
And. He gets his props, but he's underrated. I still think he's underrated in some ways. You know what I mean? So,
mate, I think he's good.
Props to him, mate, and a really good person too. So,
man.
Props to him, man.
Yeah. Sorry. So when did that kind of start? Do you know? Like, is it when you kind of got dropped in, or the NRC thing?
That crew's been around since '85. So, it has a long, strong history before I was. in it.
Right. Okay.
And then they just started to G it back up again and try and get some newer people in it, which I was pretty honoured to be part of.
Man. Fuck.
And it's just mad, man. Like I said, you know what it's like. Like everybody who's been on a kind of a trip like that, or part of a project like that, it's just sick, mate. You just get to forget the rest of your life for a few days, and you're just with like-minded people, just doing your thing, and that's a dream. And traveling away to go and do it is even more special.
I was gonna say, how was Adelaide, man? Because I'm looking to do a trip down there to go.
Well, it's the first and last time I've been there. So, if it wasn't for Graph, I wouldn't have visited Adelaide at all. And
that's interesting. Yeah.
Like
it takes you places.
Absolutely.
Graffiti. Yeah,
absolutely, man, absolutely. So. It was sick, man. I flew in, flew out. We even just, when I remember like just mucking around on the plane and stuff like that with your crew, like it's sick, like so
I'm free.
Sink the most beers, and you got your backpack full of all your good stuff, and
bit of first night fever too when you get there.
Mate,
with the boys.
We lit a fire, and everybody had way too much. But they were so keen for the next day, we get to Rick's house and he's got all the paint laid out for us, and it's like. Disney. It's like Disneyland, So it was sick, man. Like that was. I'll never live that trip down. That was so good.
Who else did you meet? Who else did you meet down there? Did he bring some other people? Was
Nish was there?
Was Fo down there at that time? Or no?
No.
No, that was all.
And Tate came in, and Funster was there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was mad, man. So and Code and Poser were there. It was just sick. And
fuck yeah.
Yeah, we just had the best time.
Yeah. Where else have you been?
I've travelled a lot. I regularly go over to NZ for some snowboarding. I do that a lot. And that's mad. I've been able to knock a couple of pieces out while I've been over there. Did a trip to Europe last year, and spread the word, and been to America heaps of times. Always as a kid growing up, like I said before, like if you're into skateboarding and basketball and hip hop and stuff like that, like you always dream of going to to America.
New York?
And been to New York, been to LA a few
I'm
times.
so jealous.
It's the Mecca, mate. Like,
It looks like a movie. I'm guessing it looks like a movie. Like,
yeah, it is. Like all the places that you've ever seen in movies, you walk around all the time going, oh, that's the corner of that, and that's the thing where they film that thing,
fucking
and that's
what?
that's Biggie's house. Like that. Shout out.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
give him a shout out the front.
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, I've only been traveling overseas for actual travel, and like, I went to France, Paris, and just looking at the buildings there, you're like, this looks like a fucking movie.
Like it's bombed.
But
you know, like I always, props to Melbourne for like, going nuts.
Yeah.
And like they've completely won there. And I always say like that's what Europe's like. Like that's the floors, the roofs, the walls, the everything, every street sign, every
houses,
roller door, every motorway. I got in an Uber from the airport and drove an hour like into the city in Paris, and I can't believe the shit they get away with on motorways. Like there are multicolor roller burners that are like 3 stories high that go for like a block. And I could have just left my phone there for an hour and filmed graffiti from the airport to the city, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop, man. And,
I got a video of that, bro. I jumped in on the Kentucky bus that I was on, and the whole way through the motorway, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's just everywhere, bro. And it's like props. Like I've been to Barcelona. I've been to the UK. Like these places have just got so much more graffiti than we do. And
because it gets buffed here. In Sydney, anyway.
Not even that. Like I can only imagine the population that paint, over there compared to here. That's it. True. They've got the numbers. Like
small area, big population.
Yeah, man. Just crazy, man. And as a lover of graffiti, it's just nuts. Like it is just nuts.
They can't control it over there.
We've got legal walls, and you can fit maybe 10 people on them. There's some even bigger ones in Australia that we all know about, but their legal walls go for kilometres and kilometres and
it's
kilometres.
A bit more acceptable too.
And absolutely, well, because they've won. It's like Melbourne. You could paint anywhere. Yeah. In a lot of places in Melbourne and not cop any hassle because they've just won. They've won it over. We're not quite there yet in Sydney. Some pockets in Sydney are like that, but we're not like it hasn't extended to the whole of Sydney yet. We're going to get there, but it's just a matter of time. But we're not where those other places are that I've been. It's just nuts.
They've accepted it because it's not going anywhere. So it's like, well, fuck, we can't do this. We can't keep doing this.
Well, this
so
is
it's like just leave it, and we'll buff it every now and then.
If you own a shop front and your roller door's got a big piece on it, are you going to keep buffing it every 3 days? Or because your council's not going to do it, they've given up. Or whatever. So that's it. So then it's a takeover, right? So then your roller door's gone. So's the shop next door. So's the guy. So's the van out the front. So's the so. Yeah, it's just nuts. But went to a few paint shops over there, and same thing. You get into a city and you kind of hustle and find stuff. But the best thing, like the coolest thing, is that we've got our Instagram now, and you just post and say like, look where I am today. This happened to me last year, and props to the guys who messaged me. But you're like Eiffel Tower. I'm in Paris, Eiffel Tower, like bang, story.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of dudes go, dude, you're in Paris. You need to hook up with my mate. Give me half an hour and I'll give you a call back and you'll get his number. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's just everyone looks out for each other.
It's a fucking family, mate. It's a fucking international. I reckon it's like, I've said before.
Like I said, we're all on the same team.
Oh, mate, I've said it before. I think the drug trade is probably the biggest family in the world, but the next family is the hip hop community, bro.
Yeah, you might be right, man. You might be right.
Like, yeah, man. You can just post, like you said, you can post on Instagram. I'm here. Cunts would message you, and then you go meet up with them, and then they show you other people. They show you the spots. They'll fucking even let you stay at their house. Like, it's fucking, it's an amazing community, man.
Like I said before, we got more in common than we have apart, So, some dude comes and visits, and you realize he's been through the same story that you've just told.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming up as a toy and he met someone who helped him out, and he wants to help someone out back. It's all that, like I said, each one teach one. It's if I can help you get over while you're on your little holiday,
Fucking
then that's what I would expect if I came to Sydney, that you'd take me out for a trackside or etc. Like whatever. So, yeah, man, it's nice. When you see that, you realise it's bigger than all of us.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Do you print all your photos, or do you just keep them on your phone and never print the cunts?
Mate,
it looks like you're being lazy and you haven't.
Hit us up in the comments if you got a spot for me to take my photos to. I'll be more than happy to use it. I've given up. I'm good. Like I won't paint unless I can get a photo of it.
Oh, of course.
Other than panels and trains that you just sometimes never get back. But most track sides or walls that I've painted, I have a photo of it somewhere. And I haven't printed them since the digital age.
Yeah, right. That's a long time.
And yeah, it is, because it's probably ramped up more since the digital age for me than it did before that, because I just didn't have access or. You
need to find a spot, mate. You need to find a nice spot where they won't fucking.
That's what I said. Hit us up in the comments, because I'm not taking them to Kmart or Big W.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. The
photos
are shit.
There was a time when I did it, and then but every time you think, I'm coming to pick these things up, and this will be my last time coming to pick these things up. So, no. I also think, like, in the grand scheme of things in society, what we do is pretty minor. So,
yeah, well, I think
we make it out to be a bigger thing.
Yeah.
In some cases,
mate, we're wearing masks on a fucking podcast.
Yeah,
so,
here we go.
That just shows you everything. You know what I mean? So I wish it was better that we didn't have to wear masks, but
but you do have 1 million people watching every week, so
thanks,
you
mate.
don't want to get this out. Someone's going to see it, right?
We'll get there, mate. We'll get there.
Shout outs to Montana. Thank you for sponsoring.
MTN, thank you very much. But I found with the photo thing, because I used to go to, where'd I go? I haven't printed mine off too. I mean, I've been preaching about printing.
We're bad as we're all.
I haven't been doing it because I've just been busy. But I used to. Where did I go? I used to go like Big W and shit like that.
Yeah.
And just pick them up straight away. But I think Officeworks does like an instant printing. You just fucking load them up and it just shoots it out straight away. So I'm like, there's less chance of anyone else having a look.
It's not sitting around. Shout out to Officeworks. Give us a discount code.
Yeah, my next sponsor.
Officeworks code keys 25 for 25% off at Officeworks. Let's go.
Well, they do actually sell paint. Like, they actually sell MTN.
Well, have you seen the prices? I don't know if they sell paint.
Yeah. But so books and magazines, DVDs, graph shops. Yep. Run me through that, man. Like there was a couple of shops back in the day, but speak on that, man.
So like I said about trying to hustle and make something out of nothing. We had a few places to try and get stuff from. So I remember traveling to the city once to go to like just a normal record store that Blaze worked out to grab a copy of Vapors. I don't know if you've ever seen Vapors, but it was a black and white zine. Basically, people would say it was a zine. Yeah. But it was a Sydney Graph magazine.
Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them actually. I nearly got the set.
Mate, you've been doing the fucking show and tell. You should have brought one on.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I could probably get it out of a folder.
Have you got it?
Yeah, do you want me to get one?
Yeah, fucking bring it out, mate.
Hang on.
I got time, mate.
Okay, let me have a quick look. This is my folder that says I've got a Vapors magazine in it. I'll show you a couple.
If I had known this is going to be a show and tell, I would have
this is how they should be from now
fucking mags and shit. Fuck.
Mate, you're going next level today, mate.
You should have told me, man. Fuck.
You're going next level, buddy. And don't forget, I started in the garage, mate. Now I'm in the house.
All city in the house.
Okay, so here we go. On the back of the Vapors magazine is my flyer for the Pump Up the Jam.
Oh shit!
And look at this. Look at the
Sunday
character in there from Mystery.
Oh fuck!
Look at that, eh?
Wow.
So that's the flyer.
What year was that?
1991.
Oh,
this piece of paper is from 1991.
It looks like it's written on a fucking typewriter, bro.
Oh, it's a normal photocopier. And on the back, it's got information about the artist. And I shouldn't speak on other people's stuff, but here we go. Even better. I couldn't remember the fourth person. The fourth person was Rexy.
Oh,
Rexzy. Wow. And it says here he was 20 years of age. Drudgy was 23. Unique. It says there, Unique was 18.
18?
And Matthew Mystery was 18.
Wow.
Okay, and it gives a breakdown of each of the artists, and then there's the flyer.
Mate,
so there's a piece of history there.
Oh, mate, I hope he watches.
He'll love that.
He'll definitely watch this. But yeah,
he'll have it. I'm sure he'll have it.
Show me the fucking magazine, mate. Where's that?
Okay, so here we go. So
let's go, mate.
Here's Vapors.
Right, no way.
Look at that. That was by Demote.
What an outline too,
mate. This I was saying. Once you start to get your hands on this, and on the front cover, there's I think there's even a Gino who's still painting.
Yeah.
There's a Snap in there. He's a top bloke.
Provoke. Oh, fuck, a wild style piece. Yeah.
Mate.
Fucking hell.
How good is it? And then
that's a relic.
Look at the burners in here.
Oh, I love that fucking style.
That's Sydney style. Like I know people talk about Sydney style.
Yeah.
But Sydney style. Look at that. There's a code. Look at that. Shout out to Code.
Oh.
Look at that, mate.
I love that shit.
Yep. So there's a Rexy at the bottom. I didn't know this was going to be a history lesson, but anyway.
Oh, mate, yeah. Well, I'm all about it, mate. Fucking hell.
It's all good, man. But like, this piece here, I'll tell you this. I've got
Go on.
I've got vivid memories of seeing this trackside. This is a trackside by Unique and Mystery.
No, I've posted
and with
this.
Superstars in the middle. Was there?
No, I posted this on my page.
That's burnt into my memory. That trackside was at Erskineville.
He did a remake of it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
If mate,
shout outs, man.
Have you checked out my Instagram page, man? Come on, man. He posted that, like he gave it to me and I posted it. Have a look at it.
Yep.
Go back and have a gaze.
Look at that. There's a Deal. Shout outs to Deal for still painting. Look at that.
Yeah, he's still painting.
See the windows down? See how you can see that?
Fucking hell.
And there we got a unit Demote outline there.
Wow. Sorry to the Spotify listeners, but yeah, get onto YouTube and watch
Black and White magazine. And there's a Playboy. Ninja. Look at that, Ninja.
Oh,
that's hectic fun.
I love the fucking like the thick 3Ds with the barcodes, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what I've been doing that recently, like well, not recently, but yeah, a few years, and I just love it.
So that's Vapors. I think I got another one here, but yeah. So that was a magazine. I used to go into the city, try and grab one of those.
Fuck yeah.
And if you didn't get one, shout outs to Psycho, who I went to school with. He was about a year or two older than me. He was the only other writer in the school.
Yeah.
And he was the only person who noticed a couple of tags in my book at school and said to me, "Oh, you do graffiti?" I said, "Oh, yeah," like thinking I was pretty good. And he's like, "Oh, come, hang out with me at lunchtime. I'll do an outline for you, and I'll do that." And he showed me some of his outlines, and even afterwards took me to Liverpool station where there was a writer's bench.
Oh yeah.
And those of us who are old enough will remember that there was these yellow fiberglass seats out front of outside of Liverpool station before they redid it. And that was a writer's bench. It used to be
I was going to say, did you take it or
covered in solid tags and everything? Oh, imagine if you had that in your backyard.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say you fucking stole it. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, put it in the man cave.
But I do try and take pieces of history.
Oh, so yeah.
I've got a piece about this thick from Casula tanks of just layers of paint.
Oh yes.
When they had those bits fall off.
Yeah.
I've got a guard's door from some of our
I was gonna say
some of our ridgies that are going missing.
Yeah, because I was building a fucking man cave, and I was like, what would be sick to have as a door into my man cave? A fucking ridgy door.
Absolutely.
And then
with the
it didn't eventuate because they're too heavy.
The guard's door with the porthole, so
they're full steel, bro. I was like, no, I can't bring it.
Yeah, they're not easy to carry. If you know, you know. Yeah. So anyway, another copy of Vapors there.
Oh, how many? $4?
Yeah, mate. It says the Live and Large issue.
Oh man,
check that out.
$4 back then. That must have been.
And this one's got a bit more. This one's one of the later ones, and it's got a bit more about graph. Shout outs to Death Wish Cast.
Oh, look at
They
those
got a-
heads.
They
Look
got
at
an
those
out.
fresh.
They got
Is
an
that-
album coming
Has that
out.
guy got a
Yeah.
flat top? It looks like a flat
Yeah.
top
I used to have one of those, mate.
there. Yeah, mad.
Not proud of it. Um, trying to find the graffiti in this one's got a lot of music.
The good old days.
Yeah. Show and tell, mate. You have to have me back.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a
Um,
show and tell version.
This is it, mate. You know everyone's got shit, but that's the thing, right?
Yeah, well,
And
I need
like
to.
I said,
I'm learning,
before-
mate. I need to tell people to bring some shit on that they can show. Maybe that's probably a good idea.
what's in your garage? That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's got a heap of stuff from the Hall of Fame, from the Graffiti Hall of Fame.
Look at those characters.
That was back in those days when they used to have all those tripper characters.
Who did
and
those
that.
characters? True.
Or everyone.
They look pretty
There's
similar.
a lot. That's a lot of drudgy stuff. There's
drudgy,
some
okay.
demote. There's some fibs in there.
Yeah, right.
There's some mystery characters. There's mate. There's everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Crazy stuff. Anyway.
Enough show and tell.
Goes for pages and pages.
There we go.
But I'll shut up.
Mate, I'm sure you can just go through every single page and talk about it.
Oh, that's the thing. You know, like
maybe I'll do a separate podcast and we'll just do like show and tell.
Yeah, get a team one going and everybody brings out a different something and we talk about it for 20 minutes and then we get back
that'd be
to
all
it.
right, actually.
Be sick, man.
You're an
So
ideas
good.
man. You're an ideas man.
That's it, mate. It's all about history.
It is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, getting older. I'm not saying you're old, but
Yeah, I'm old.
where do you find the motivation to do it? I mean, you got a family and stuff. You probably got a good job. How do you find time to do it, man?
I think
I find it very hard.
I find it hard, but I also find it essential, right? So I talked about before about like if you're in it, you're in it 150%, right? Whether it's skateboarding or basketball, I talked about before, or it's graph. This is your thing, you know. Like if I've just shown you a piece of paper from 1991 that I've held on to, right? Then this means something to me, right? So I've held on to it. So if you have a passion for something, you've got to try to find time. And I know that some people's lives are more hectic than others, but if you do this thing regularly, it gives you the release from all the other busyness that's in your life. And graph's like that for me. So it's my opportunity to drop everything else, and even if it's only for a small amount of time, because and it's a reason why I paint track sides, because they're run and done like pretty quickly. I don't
they're done at night too.
I don't have the weekend. No, but I don't have the weekends to spend 8 hours on a piece. You know what I mean? And I know my pieces aren't to the same quality that people are that do those big murals and stuff like that. And they could be if I had the time to give to it. But
man. Yeah.
But they're not. But they're not because I don't. So I choose to paint graffiti that works for me, and that's at night time. And it means that somewhere in my week, I have an opportunity, and shout outs to those who come out painting tracksides with me, to have a vent with a mate, have a couple of beers, have a talk about how life's going, and have my creative outlet, you know what I mean? Which is, and access that thing that I'm really passionate about. And if you don't do that, if you keep pushing that to the back, everything else will suffer anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I'm so busy at work. Well, work's going to suffer if you don't somehow give yourself the mental break from that and have the release of doing something creative, you know. So you still have to find time in your life to do it, whatever that might be. And it might be on the weekend for you because you're busy through the week and you've got people to look after at night time, or you've got to, you know, you work at night times, you know, so there you go.
Yeah.
But you got to find, like, if you're truly passionate about it, you need to find time to kind of do it. And whether that's a 10-minute, you know, chromie, or it's a throw up somewhere, or it's an 8-hour piece, you know, on the weekends with your mates, then at least you get to do it, you know. So, and if you don't get to do it that way, then you scribble on something, you know, like
do a sketch.
I've always got a piece of paper in front of me because I can't stand still. So even if I'm listening to someone who's trying to tell me something, I'm still scribbling. on
Yeah.
something as well to keep me calm. So, but yeah, to have that opportunity to kind of paint and shout outs to the family for allowing me to do that, because it's not that way for everybody, I realise. But
Yeah.
just having that time to access mates and process things that are happening in your life with mates, and to get some of that creative juices flowing, is really good for your mental health, and it improves everything else that's happening in your life. You become better with your family. You become better at work. You become
Bro, if I don't
everything else.
if I don't do a piece at least once a month, I get a bit
Yeah, you
angry at
get
home.
itchy. Yeah, you get a bit
Yeah,
touchy, right?
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like you do, because it's like you said before, you got the work, you got the family, especially me with the young kids. It's
Yep.
just fucking mayhem at home, and then you just go out. Just give me like 2 hours. That's enough.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. So I used to paint. I used to paint with a bunch of people when my kids were young.
Mm,
I used to paint with a bunch of people, the EBC, Early Bird Crew.
mm.
We used to get out like on a
I
Sunday.
need
No, you're in. I painted with so many people in the Early Bird Crew, and they know who they are, and they're all like similar circumstances to me. I'd get up at 6 on a Sunday. Do you know what I
Mate,
mean?
I'm already
and
up.
go and paint till 10. Go and paint till 10, or go and roll a wall and be home by 10. Like kind of thing.
That's
and
the best, I reckon.
dude, just get it out. Like, and you always go.
You
like,
got the whole
mate,
day after you.
if and you're still back there, doing your family stuff. So,
Mm.
and you go back to work on the Monday, and you're sweet, mate, because you've satisfied that
Yes.
urge. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, I thought I was the only one.
nah, dude, EBC, mate, Early Bird Crew. So, if you can do that while the rest of the house is asleep, and you need to get out and do it, which is the same as the trackside. If you can go and do that while the rest of the house is asleep, you're not really cheating anybody out of time that you could be spending with them. So
Yeah, I have noticed. I've noticed a lot of old school riders go out, like if they have families at home and stuff, they do go out and do track sides because it's the only time they get out.
Yeah.
And I have noticed, like, because all my mates having kids and all the rest of it now, and the ones that have the kids and just focus on just strictly the family and work and that's it,
Yep.
they do kind of lose themselves and they start to get a bit depressed. So I think what you're
Yeah,
saying
that's
is
a real
100%
thing.
correct,
Do you know what I
man.
mean? And sometimes
Yeah.
you can't do it. Don't make it out like, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
no,
make out
of
like,
course.
oh, mate, this is how you do it. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's circumstance is different. But
Yeah.
if you can find it somewhere in your week, wherever that might be, even if it's solo because no one else is available,
Yeah.
then that's what you have to do. And
Whack some fucking plywood out the back and just fucking go do a piece. Give me
100%.
fucking 15 minutes to pump a chrome out.
Yeah, or just buy a canvas, man, and do a canvas, or do something. Just if you can lock yourself away with some headphones and have a bit of time to get your creative stuff out. But it's no different. It's frowned upon by society, but it's no different from me going to play golf with my mates on a Sunday morning, or going fishing on a Friday night with a couple of mates.
Same thing.
If I told people at work what I do, just beside the point,
You'd be shunned.
But
shunned for life.
But if I told them I play golf on the weekends, they'd be sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd be like, oh, good on you, mate. You played some golf. How many rounds did you get? Like, sick. I can't think of anything more boring. But shout out to the golfers out there. But if I said I went fishing, everybody'd be sweet with it. Or I rode my bike on a Sunday morning and I got some coffee. That's socially acceptable. But if I told you I told you I went down, in a drain or saw the powerhouse and I rolled a buff wall up,
fucking
and I had to paint with my mates,
grow up, mate.
What are you doing? Like, so, and that will change. That'll change.
No,
too.
it won't.
I think it will. You know what I mean? I think it'll be if you showed people what you create at the end of it, they'd probably be impressed. But we don't have it in us yet to be able to tell the rest of society what we get up to. So
you know what I've found? I've found. I mean, meeting now that I get to meet my kids' friends' parents and stuff.
It's a different world, isn't it?
I've found how fucking boring these cunts are. Like I just meet them. They're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I do this." And then they'll bring up, "Oh, I played golf this weekend. I worked a lot." And I'm like, "Well, that's great." But you can't kind of bring in the whole thing like, "Oh, man, I went and did a piece on the weekend," because they'll be like, "Who the fuck are you? Don't hang around my kids."
I suppose you can't, but you don't know, mate. You'll get that story of like, "Oh, I used to have a tag when I was young, mate. Do you know this guy? Do you know that guy?"
I've had that before. Yeah,
you'll get that.
Yeah. And actually, that's funny that you mentioned that, because I do have a really good mate now who my missus is like really good. Like her best friend's husband used to write back in the day, and then now we're like mates.
Everyone knows someone who used to ride back in the day, right?
Yeah, man.
I got so many people I've met have told me like, oh, I used to be in RCF, or I used to be in this, or I used to be in that. You know,
it's just breaking that barrier, like trying to figure out in their brain what they did back in the day, and then bringing that up, and then
access it. It's like I said before, like if you're my age and you're still skateboarding and rolling around, you're just accessing what you used to do as a kid when you felt your freest.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whether that's golf or it's fishing or it's whatever,
yeah,
you're still doing it. So like you said, when you meet those people and you think, man, they're boring as shit.
It's a facade.
If
they
you
bring
get
up
down
the
to it, it's
fake
like,
shit
oh,
at first.
Yeah, of course it is. You do the talk.
You have to. Yeah.
But then they'll tell you about that little thing that they're passionate about, whether it's like I'm building a car, or I ride a motorbike, or like I ride bicycles, or whatever I do.
Yeah, it all blends into one. Like you say, oh, do you like cars? Thing. Oh, I went to Summer Nats last year. Oh, what did you do at Summer Nats? I went out with the boys, and like, oh, I got boys too, and it's like, oh,
that's
fuck.
That's it.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's got that little passion that they once had, and when they get a little bit older, they get to access it again, and then they're obsessed by it again. Do you know what I mean? Like they do.
Yes.
And ours is just graph, and one day you'll be able to say to people, I paint graph. Well, I tell them, I paint murals.
That's what I do.
So
I paint canvases.
And you show them pictures like, I did this festival or I did that thing, and you show them and they're like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Once you tell them like that,
they all love it, man. They all love seeing it, and they're like, "Oh, fuck, how'd you get into that?" And they start.
Can you
talking
do my kid's
about
bedroom?
Oh, bro, kids' bedrooms are the funniest. But it's funny, man.
I always say, it gives me the opportunity to drop everything else that's happening in my life and like live another life, so to speak. Like if you think about when you're really young, everybody played cops and robbers. Or cowboys and Indians, or whatever it was that you played, and you pretended, and graph's a bit like that. You got to put in the work to be half decent at it. But when you're doing it, if it means that you have to climb over a fence, or it means you have to crawl underneath a thing, or it means you have to go and do this thing, you're on an adventure.
You're still in that kid mentality.
You are. You absolutely are. Even though you've grown up, you've got all the responsibilities in the world, you've got this little moment where you forget all of those things, and you're just being a kid pretending again,
That's lost these days, man. That's lost.
Well, it's lost in the world. There's no opportunity to do that, but we still get a chance to do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
If you're clever, you get to do it more often than not. So keeps you alive and keeps you with a positive mindset, which is all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, straight up, man.
Fuck, man, you just got me G'd up. I want to go do a trackside now. Fucking hell.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Oh man, I've got a few more questions, but man, we've almost chatted for 2 hours now. But
I don't care. What's the longest you've been?
I've done. I think I did 2.5 hours with news.
Yeah, very cool.
That's probably the longest, but I mean, no, fuck it, let's go.
Let's go.
I got to work early tomorrow, but fuck it.
Okay.
Let's go music, man. Hip hop? Is that the standard thing? I mean, you're into skating and stuff, but a lot of skaters are into like the punk and metal and stuff.
That kind of punk music, which is good. Hip hop always. Old school hip hop is, it's just, I still listen to it now. A lot of that beer rap, like all of those,
Funkors, Hilltop Hoods.
Funkors I love. Hilltop Hoods is sick.
They're my favorites.
Any of them, and then like house music and stuff too, like through the 90s and stuff like that. It was sick. So, and I'll listen to most anything. I love going to a wall and painting with people who have music on. It's so good, art and music go so well together. And it's mad,
painting in silence, and then someone brings out a speaker, and you're like,
"Oh, it's so good!"
Yes, everyone gets G'd up, man. And you're fucking.
Yeah, we had some early bird crews going on for a while, and Odyssey was bringing the beats, and he's always got a good playlist, man. Shout out to Odyssey.
I got to get his playlist.
Yeah. Oh, 100. Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, a bit of music going with it just keeps it all rolling. It's mad.
Yeah, man. I mean, did you go to much gigs back in the day? Or?
Nah, not too much. Just like I said before, because of where I was, I just didn't have the access to it. And then
but you can still travel somewhere and go to a fucking gig.
Yeah, true. Like there were big gigs back in the day that I still didn't I couldn't venture out to go and see. Like everyone talks about that Run DMC gig in Sydney and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like I kicked myself that I didn't go to that.
Oh man, I wish I was there. Fuck.
Mate, it was like I reckon it was 80% riders. Like,
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
so good. You know, like you get someone like that come and visit the country, and you know you get there. So, but yeah, it's yeah.
So
It's one of
so you didn't get to go into any gigs at all? Like
no,
that?
not too many,
Nothing?
man. Not too many. I've seen
Really?
Hilltop Hoods play. I've seen yeah, it's not too many. No,
Like later in life, you went and seen him?
no, not even. Not because then by then I had like family and then didn't like, you know, they're not into that,
true.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh, of course.
yeah, you know, who wants to? Yeah, so
Yeah.
So that's one of probably my regrets is that I haven't seen much live stuff.
Well, there's plenty of time, mate. Plenty of time.
That's it, mate.
I think Hilltop Hoods are still doing tours now. So
yeah. Well, I've seen them 3 times, which is not too bad. So
that's all right. Fuck
yeah,
anything.
it's all right. I'll tell you a sick story about Hilltop Hoods.
Yeah,
So
go
I was
on.
at because they won't be listening right now, so I can tell it.
Excuse me. This is a fucking worldwide podcast. So
no. I don't mean the Hilltop Hoods won't be listening. They will be listening. Shout outs to Hilltop Hoods. No. I was at a mate's wedding, right? And it was like kind of a friend of a friend in a circle of people that we met with. And sometimes you go to weddings, you will know this, where you don't really know the people, but maybe your wife knows the people, or you know, like you're in a circle that kind of you're there, right?
Yeah.
And I get a text from a mate, and he goes, "I've got corporate box seats for Hilltop Hoods at Olympic Park.
I'm leaving the wedding right now."
And he goes, "Tonight." And I go, "When?" And it was a midday service and an afternoon reception. We were in that went into the night. So I'm at the reception, suited up, tie, everything, doing the right thing. And I get the text, and I'm like, "All the best. I wish you guys a happy life. Happy, you know, blah blah."
You fucking turned up, mate. At least
shake everybody's hand. I got to go. I got to run. Sorry, guys. I got to run. Drove to my mate's house, changed into his clothes that he had at his place, and we went and saw the Hilltop Hoods.
Like fucking Superman coming
and then
out.
Went out afterwards. I got changed, yeah, and then went to see. Went out afterwards till about 4 a.m. and then
of course,
made a big night out of it. So it was sick, man. Like that, yeah. You can't say no to that. So yeah, turned up, free piss. Free food, free everything, and like, you know, right there, looking at it from a corporate box.
How good's a fucking box, mate? I mean, I mean, both boxes.
Both boxes are good.
Yeah, but you know, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Ever been in a corporate box, mate, and they just keep feeding you and keep bringing you drinks as soon as you finish. Just go like this. And they bring you the next one, and it becomes very messy. But no, it's good. So good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that was a good night. Never forget that one. So started with a wedding and end up with a concert.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying before. At least you turned up, man. Like, I think, you know, if you turn up to the actual wedding, I think that's good enough. So
do I. Yeah, I watched the service and I went to reception for a little bit. I think I had the entree and then had the cabinet. So
the canapes.
Keep it rolling. Good times.
Oh, man.
Good times.
Did you ever try and rap, man?
No,
Never?
I didn't. I did, but I did break dance. I spent a lot of time break dancing. Yeah. And that was my thing to begin with, break dancing.
After seeing the
movies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I tried to learn all of that, and from watching the movies, they were always graph in the background, and there was always, you know, like their crew would have like a graffiti writer or whatever who would paint. So and then I got into graph because breakdancing kind of died out, to be honest, in Australia. So it died out. I got a mad story. I went to, you know how people busk on the side of the street?
Yeah.
We went to Hawaii with the family, and we're watching this kind of breakdance group, gymnastics, everything else. They're doing everything on the side of the road.
Jump over people or whatever.
Mad, right? Yeah, jump over people. Yeah. And then they go like, let's embarrass some people. We'll pull some dads out of the crowd, and then we'll get them up and they'll do their moves, and you know, we'll all laugh at them, and then we'll pass a bucket around. And I'm sitting there with my fam, you know, like I'm trying to, you know, don't pick me, and then they pick me, and then they pick about 5 or 6 other dads, and they all get to have their go. And so when it comes to my go, I'm like, mate, I'm gonna show you what I used to do. So I actually started to do some breakdancing, like some actual breakdancing, and then everyone was like, "Oh, this is sick!" You know,
Get the
like,
fucking head spin out, mate.
got people clapping along like they used to in the old days. So it was mad.
That's funny.
And that surprised them because the idea was a bit of a prank just to embarrass the dads, you know. So sometimes you got to get out the dad moves.
Yeah,
and
my
kid
comes in and fucking shuts it down.
That's it. And my kids loved it because it was like that was the show.
Proud dad moment, like
that's it. You got to teach them not to worry about what other people think.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's it.
Yeah, nice man. I think we've run our race, to be honest.
Yeah, man. No, all good.
Yeah, I might have you got some life advice, and then we'll go into some graph advice.
Yeah, man.
Go on.
I got just like I said before.
We have covered a bit, yeah.
Yeah, we covered a bit, but if you're going for it, go 150%. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're in this, mate, go for it. Like we've seen too many riders come and go. The most talented people that I've ever seen come and go. Do you know what I mean? And you only think to yourself like, oh, what if they like stuck to it, or what if they kept at it? 100%, man. Like, and you just think far out, man. They were the absolute king, but they were a flash in the pan for 3 years, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's respect for what you got done in 3 years, but imagine what you got done in 30 years. Do you know what I mean? Like so, and that's with everything. Like you find that in all walks of life, but. If you want to play the game, like I think you got to go hard, and like I said, you got to find time, you got to find opportunities to kind of keep doing this thing if you love it. So that's one thing. Just it costs nothing to be kind. Just work to live, don't live to work. At the end of the day, you're just trading your time for some money. So. Just remember, whatever they're paying you is what you're worth for 8 hours. And sometimes you don't get to choose what you're worth, and that's okay. But just remember that that's what you're doing. You're just trading your time on earth for some money so that you can do the things that you want to do. And whether that's saving up to go and travel or it's to pay your bills, you just need to be aware of that. Like that, if you're not there tomorrow, they'll replace you with someone else.
I was going to say the bosses don't care. They're going to
it's great, like I'm happy in the career that I'm in and the work that I do. It is fulfilling, but you also have to remember that shouldn't get in the way of doing the things that when you were a 15-year-old kid, you dreamed of doing when you're an adult. You know what I mean? And work gets in the way sometimes like that with people. So yeah, work to live, not live to work. And what did I read the other day? I wrote it down because I thought this would be good for tonight.
Yeah.
Never accept criticism from a person you would never go to for advice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, people will give you shit. People try and pull you down. People will tell you you're this or that.
Yeah.
And these are people that you've never met or you never talked to. And they're just not on your level. So you just keep doing you.
Yeah.
And it'll all work out in the end, mate. You just stick to the things that you're passionate about. And your life will be fun. So
yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Keep it fun, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And that message was, oh mate, I had so many people telling me not to do this, and then
dude, yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And then
this is real good for the culture, man.
I was just like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. And they're like, you're not gonna continue. And I was like, fuck you, because those kind of comments G's me up. So I'm like, well, fuck you, I'll make it the biggest. You know what I mean?
100.
So
100.
So now I'm fucking running hard at it, and it's a good message to young people. Just don't listen to anyone else. Just do what you want to do and you're passionate about.
Do your thing, man.
And
I always say, 100%. I always say, if you're truly passionate about it, you'll still be standing long after they're finished. So
exactly.
Like I said, a lot of flash in the pans that have been here for a little bit. If you just if you're really passionate about it and you're still standing around after 20, 30 years in the game, it doesn't matter what people said to you 20 years ago, does it?
Exactly, man. All right, well, man, it's been a fucking great chat, man. I've actually learned a lot tonight.
I've got some graph ones. I'll do some graph ones.
Sorry?
Graph advice.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a graph one.
No, that's all right. No, that's life. Those are the life ones.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Here we go. Never leave your dead cans at a legal wall.
Oof. Yeah.
Because you'll only get yourself capped and everybody else around you.
Great advice.
So I don't stop picking up cans at Casula Powerhouse. My God.
Put them in the bin at least. Fucking hell.
Well, at least start there, but don't go over things that you can't burn. I've always just looked, like I said, I've looked in admiration at some things there, and I would never go near them. But then sometimes you paint places where people don't think about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
There's always more wall. There's always more space. Maybe just pick a little bit further down the wall, little cutty spot where no one normally paints, and have a crack there. Especially when you're still practicing. Like I said to you before, I never painted anywhere near anybody when I was learning. And it took me a long time to be confident enough to think, oh yeah, I can go over that one. So, and what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, like I said before about beef, mate, you don't really, we got more in common with each other than we do apart from each other. And it's easy to try and tear people down and say things about people. You probably don't really know them. You know what their social media account's like, or you think you know them. But until you've actually met a person, you know what I mean? You don't really know them. So everyone's kind of like you. They love graph. They love painting. They love doing all those types of things that you like doing. So I don't really understand the beef unless they've crossed you in some way, shape or form.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, man. Beautiful message. Thanks so much for jumping on the pod, man. Like, I really appreciate it. It's been a long time in the making.
My honour.
I'm glad we got it through. Just shout outs to MTN again. I mean, show your shirt, mate. Show your fucking shirt again. There it is, baby.
What's this one? I think it says Riders Crew on the back.
Oh, hang on, shit. There we go. Turn around.
There you go, mate. You're in there.
Beautiful.
Get one of those. Try and find one of those.
Yeah, mate, I'm going to ask MTN for that actually after this podcast. So
they don't make them anymore, mate.
Shout outs to them.
Yeah, shout outs.
Jump in my bio. I've got a link in there. You can click on the link, and anything you buy in there is 15% off. I've already put in the start of the podcast anyway, but yeah, jump on that. It helps the podcast. I do need to get some more better stuff. These headphones I've had, like, they've got tape around them. I'm not doing a fucking poor me kind of thing, but anything that comes back to me comes straight back into the podcast. Yep. So, if you can jump on there, you get 15% off. If you click the link, BYP Legends the sticker company,
good people.
So good, man.
BYP.
Everyone I know loves the stickers, man. They're the best. I mean, you can't peel those cunts off if you get the eggshells. And BSP as well. Boom, BSP, awesome. Also, I do have some merch. It's actually, by the time this has come out,
let's go.
Yeah, by the time this has come out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be sold out. But if it hasn't sold out yet,
get on it.
Jump on there and buy a shirt, man. It really helped the pod, so I can get some better stuff, so I can bring you more guests. I mean, better quality stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. I think that's it, man. So if you want to shout out any crew members or mates that you've met over the past, shout them out now, man.
Just shout out to friends. They've been around forever. I've still got a bunch of good friends from my childhood days that are still with me, and I respect to them. Shout outs to the fam, and shout outs to all of my mates that I've painted with, not only over the years, but still painting with regularly now. So you guys are keep pushing me, and let's do this.
Beautiful. Awesome message, man. Thank you very much. We'll just end it here.